Hello everyone, this is Gautami from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. Today I am here with you to discuss a topic about research methodology, and that we'll be talking about a case study related to a social studies. So moving on to the topics. Designing and conducting a case study in social research. So introduction to a case studies in social research. So, case studies are essential for understanding user behaviors in social search contexts. They provide detailed insight into a specific phenomena that quantitative data alone cannot reveal. This presentation will outline the key steps involved in designing and conducting the effective case study. So, in this PPT, we'll be studying about what are the steps taken to do this research and understand the all the showcasing things or showcasing points that have been shown to this social research thing. So in this picture, we can see that there is a user behavior. We have the analytics data, performance, interactions, and based on the user needs and their requirements, we'll be classifying things and we'll be studying them on regard to their behavior in social search. Defining the research question. So how I want to define a question. So how I want to ask the questions regarding this to the user. A clear research question guides the entire case study process. It should be specific, measurable, and relevant to the field of social search. Engaging stakeholders can help refine the question to ensure it addresses the real world needs. So we need to make sure that whenever you're inquiring with the stakeholder or the client or the user end user, we need to make sure that we are able to take all the requirements or all the detailing that a user wants to be there in their product, so that according to their needs and their analytics, we can come to a conclusion about what is the needs of them. So selecting the case study methodology. Different methodologies can be employed, such as single case or multi-case studies. The choice should align with a research question and the context of social research. Qualitative methods are often favored for their depth of understanding, but mixed methods can also be relevant. So there are different types of methodology which are used to no in this case study. So there can be a single case study, there can be a multiple case studies. It can differ according to the needs, according to the project it may be. So in this research methodology, we can see that there are three of them: qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methodology. So of course, in qualitative, we'll be investigating more about the human experiences, their behavior, and all the data will be collected and analyzed. In a quantitative research, we'll be understand the relationship between the variables and the data. Whatever we had been acquired, whatever we had been analyzed to, will be compared. Mixed method research. Mixed method research combines the qualitative and quantitative approaches to provide a more holistic understanding of our research questions. So identifying and selecting the cases. So this is also very important field can be as it is seen, because it is very important for us to be more relevant and more specific while choosing or considering the requirements. So selecting the cases requires a careful consideration of relevance and diversity. Stratified sampling can ensure a range of perspectives in social search behavior. It is important to assess the feasibility of accessing and studying the selected cases. So social research is nothing about all about knowing the behavioral needs of a user or a stakeholder. How are they in the social, like how if a product is being produced to a product to the market, how are the people going to behave according to the analytics, according to the today's technology, today's update, how will it will be taken, will be all this regarding the analytics. So data collection techniques. So there are different techniques for us to collect data from a user too. So one is interviews, one is by surveying, one is for group discussion and observation. Interviews will be interviewing, will be asking our requirements, we'll be having a conversation on one and on and getting the information. In surveys is all regarding taking average or taking the consideration of all together into one category. It's like you're surveying everything based on everyone's feedback. We're just grouping them and taking the majority part of it. Group discussion is nothing about sitting together with many of the stakeholders or many of the client and having a group discussion with them. Coming to the observation of nothing but you going out or you going to a certain social media platform or something, observing things and understanding why it is done like this and why is it required for us to work on this platform. So various data collection methods can be utilized, including the interviews, observations, and surveys. Each method should be tailored to capture the nuisance of a social search interactions. Combining the qualitative and quantitative data can enrich the findings of a case study. So it is also important for us to collect the data. So the first thing will be identifying the platform where we have to go, identifying the question, whatever questions you're going to ask to get or retrieve data from them. Data collection is also very important, as we have seen that there are different methods in collecting the data also, and we have different methodologies in studying the state cases. So everything has different methods. So it is regarding us, it is dependent on us for us to consider the one which will be compatible with our project or with our question. Data analysis approach. So how are you going to approach them? How are you going to analyze the data once the data has been collected? Thematic analysis commonly used to identify the pattern in a qualitative data. Qualitative data can be require a statistical analysis to draw a meaningful conclusion. So we also know that there are many analytic tools we have been using, and the data analytics has been one of the fastest growing career too. So analyzing data, as we know that there are n number of data being generated for every second, and everything need to be analyzed. Why? Analyzing the data will help us to know what is the majority standing for and where we have to stand to solve the problem, and what is the group where it requires much of the attention to be put on. So analyzing is the main factor where you try to understand it more technically. So first one, the steps regarding the thematic analysis to gather your data and read all the data from beginning to end. We need to make sure that everything, every need, every requirement, and every measures is being read properly. Code the test based and what it is about. Create new codes to encapsulate the potential themes. Take a break for a day. Evaluate your themes for a good fit. So once it is done, that doesn't mean that that is the end of everything. So you need to be evaluating things, making sure that everything is done, everything is being updated. Because as we know, the day moves on, the technology improves, the needs of people keeps changing. That is important for us to also follow this step six, that is to evaluate your themes again. Ensuring ethical standards. Ethical standard consideration are a paramount in conducting case studies involving human subjects. Informed consents must be obtained from participants before data collections. Protecting participants' anonymity and data confidential is crucial throughout the research. So, what are we doing in this data gathering or data analyzing? First of all, need to ensure that we get the data properly. Data is given by the user. When we are taking the data from the user, we need to make sure that the data, whatever will be consumed by us, will be protected, will be encapsulated, and will not be used for any other misuse. So, ethics, that is the basic ethics for someone who is handling this thing, to make sure that the user data is being protected. There is a reasonable risk to benefit ratio, scientific validity, collaborative partnership, social value, equal moral respect for participants and effective communities, fair and voluntary participation, independent review. So these are the principle or guidelines which we need to follow during the ethical standards which has been set. So these are standard to be maintained while doing a case study. Reporting finding. Findings should be presented in a clear and structured manner, highlighting the key themes. Use a rich description and direct quoted to illustrate the participants' experience in social research. Discuss the implications of finding for a theory and practical tool. Report finding is nothing about how you're going to present it in a clear way. Whatever is being documented, whatever is being analyzed should be presented in such a way that there is being valued for that. So limitation on future research, everything has a limitation of it. Every case study has limitation that should be acknowledged in the reporting. Reflecting on this limitation can provide an insight for future research. Suggestions for exceeding extending the research can help to build a more comprehensive understanding of social research. So after all this research, you need to have a future scope of future research where you will be listing out the limitations of your project or of your case study, and then you'll be giving a future insights that these are the things to be done in future way, or this there are few things to be included, few things to be developed, can be products, so that anyone who has been further working on this case study will be moving into that topic and helping it to build it up more. Coming to the conclusion part, case studies are a powerful tool for exploring the complexity of social search. By following a systematic approach, researchers can uncover valuable insight. There is a systematic review. We have the types of search, the long-term outcome and benefits. There are many research topics required. So future advancement in this area will depend on continued exploration and methodology involvement. So this was all about this video where we start about the case study, how we are going to do it regarding the social study based, and how we're going to acquire the data, analyze the data, present it, and report finding. Everything was being discussed. I hope it was useful, and thank you for watching the video.